Okay, happy Monday. Can y'all even, I can't. I feel like every single Zoom we start out with this, but I cannot handle that it is August 18th already. Our kids start, some of y'all are already at back to school. I know Ange in New York State, y'all have a couple more weeks longer than us. We start on Wednesday, which is wild to me. Um, but enough of that. It is go time. I'm proud of y'all for being here because I know that if we went around right now, every single one of us could name 1,000 things that are on our checklist right now, right? Every single one of us has something that's going on. And the fact that you are here, that you are plugged in, that we have this many people on a Monday night is a true testament not only to our team, but also to where y'all want to be. And I cannot wait for this event. It's February. I don't want to wish time away. But beach in February with our Plexus team sounds like an amazing thing already. And so this is something, this contest starts now. And they've never done this before. They've never given us a heads up. And so Jess is going to go through some stuff tonight with us. I'm going to wrap it up. But then I want to start with I don't know if y'all saw, those of you that are in our group chat. Colleen went to an event this weekend and got to meet a bunch of people, but also got to meet Blake Shaver from our corporate offices. And I love, beyond love, that Colleen actually took the initiative to message me and was like, "Hey, I learned a couple of things. Can I just go ahead and share what I learned from them?" And that's what this team is the personal growth and the way that we get to rise up and step up. And then when we learn something, to be able to give it back. So, Colleen, take it away for a couple of minutes. We're going to kick it off with you.
All right, I will try to be quick. There's a lot. One, I was thankful. We are one plexus, and that a diamond that doesn't even make an income from my stream invited me to this event. And there was just a lot of encouragement, a lot of great testimonies, and Blake was wonderful. Um, and just he shared a couple tidbits that really strengthened um, everyone's belief that Plexus is the right company, that we are a standalone, that there isn't another company that's doing what we're doing. And he kind of made a comparison. Of course, if you know Amway, and Amway's from Michigan, he said if you're a Ruby and Plexus, that you make 50% more than what you would make at that level at Amway. So really talked about how they're always looking at the algorithms of what programs to run, what incentives to run, and also what can help the brand ambassadors. So when you see things that are coming out like the incentives this month, it's because they've had us in mind and they've seen and are trying to bring Plexus to be a household name. And that's really a goal. And one of the things a lot of questions that were thrown at the diamonds was about follow-up. How do you follow up? How do you schedule follow-ups with your customers, with your potentials? And how do you track your conversations? And there were things that were thrown out, like there's a template on Google Sheets. There's just a lot of different tools out there, different apps that the Diamonds and Jewels use for follow-up. And Plexus has heard that. And what Blake brought up that I thought everybody would just really love to know is that he said our virtual office is antiquated. It's been there since the beginning. And what he's really pushing the programmers is to develop a virtual office that's going to give us the tools we need at every level. So, my reporting and my tools would be different at silver than what Breeze are at diamond. So having a virtual office that is built for each rank as you go up, but also will have the tools for us, like a tracking tool for follow-ups, um, and tools that maybe we already bring in from other apps. So they are really going to invest in building our business even further. And I just thought that was amazing and wanted to share that. It was a great day. It really was.
Thank you so much for that, Colleen. Can y'all just drop your favorite takeaway and give Colleen like a round of applause in the chat? Because whenever we're with events, whenever we're with people and there's takeaways that are things like that, it is so, so important. You hear me say it over and over and over again, right? To stay close to the energy and stay close to the source. And the fact that Colleen knew nobody and took the initiative to go and do that and then bring it back to our team too is such a huge thing. And that's what it takes to be able to go where you want to go in this. So thank you for that, Colleen. I'm gonna pass it over to Jess. I'm gonna share my screen. Before I do, y'all know Jess, you love Jess. She is absolutely one of the biggest hype girls on our team. She would do anything for anybody. And I get to know Jess on the backside of things too. We talk 3,000 times a day. But I will never, ever, ever forget the first time that Jess messaged me about products and some of her stomach trouble. And I was like, hey, you could grab a couple of people. And she was like, oh, yeah, I probably could do that. And then we started talking about, like, hey, there's this trip. It was right when we were first going. Some of y'all remember we were going to Florida, and it was happening like weeks after she joined. And she tried to make it work to be able to go, just as like a guest add-on. We had a couple of extra spaces in the house. And I will never forget her saying, I can't go on this one, but I will never forget, or I will never miss another Plexus trip. When's the next one? And she was at convention that year. She earned her first leaders retreat that year. And I mean, the sky is the limit for every single thing that she sets her heart to. So I'm gonna share my screen. I'm gonna stop talking. She's gonna hype us up and get ready for the next retreat that I know without a doubt that she will earn. All right, Jess.
All right. So I am so excited. Like Bree said, so far I've earned every leaders retreat since I started. And it is such a life-giving thing. So you definitely want to be there. But I'm going to talk a little bit about leaders retreat tonight, but I also want to talk about vision, but also I want to hype us up a little. Okay. So we talk about different things and we're like, drop a 1 in the chat if you are committed to this, or drop a 1, drop a 2. Okay, so I am going to go off of where the screen is. There we go. There's all of you. Okay, and instead of drop a 1 in the chat if you're going to be in Cancun, I am going to tell you to get up. I want to see you dancing. I want to see you clapping. I want to see you jumping. I want to see how excited you are. Okay? And I'm going to video this, okay? And then I'm going to give a prize to whoever has like the best moves. And I'll try to be fair. All right, who's willing to do it? All right, let's see. I see Nikki, Heather. All right. Ah, look at you guys. Go, go. Come on. Let me see you. Wendy, I've actually seen your moves in person, so I know they are so legit. All right. Very nice. Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you. So I am going to send out a little prize. Did you ever see those little bags that, we put like our sticks in when we go away? And I'm going to put some things in it for Cancun just as a little incentive to get there. But I said, okay, I want to see like how excited you are for leaders retreat. Don't just drop a 1. I want you to get up and I want you to dance and I want you to clap and cheer. And I mean, some of you, I couldn't see your screen, but almost every single one of you got up and you were clapping and you were dancing and you were jamming. And it's a small little prize. Like, a little bag, and you were willing to get up and dance and be silly because you wanted that little prize. Like, can you imagine what you could do to like earn leaders retreat? So you're dancing and clapping and excited for a little bag prize. Like, how excited are you for earning leaders retreat? Like, if you put that effort into it, like, you're all going to be in these pictures that you're seeing right now. And these particular pictures are from our last cruise. They were to the Bahamas. But you were spoiled. It's all the things. So thank you for participating in my little hype up. But I just want to move over to a little bit of vision casting. So I just want you to take a look at that picture and just kind of follow along as I'm talking through this picture. So my daughter is going to be a senior this year. So we've been talking a lot about, what's to come, the future, what are you working towards, things like that, which really resonates with what we're doing. What are we working for? What are our goals, things like that. We live on a farm. We have the most beautiful sunsets, and you can see a beautiful sunset from my driveway. But if you take a walk and you go up a hill, you can see the sunset so much more beautifully. Like, you get the best view of the sunset if you walk like to the top of the hill, and not all the time, but sometimes we'll walk up there, and we'll take pictures and chat, and we are the ones that will stop on the side of the road and take a picture of a sunset. But thinking about our team, but also just thinking about her future, when we got to the top, I said, how did we get here? And she looked at me like I was crazy. Like, what do you mean, how did we get here? And I'm like, no, seriously, like, how do we get up here? She's like, we walked. And I'm like, exactly. We walked. We walked to get up here. So we could reap the reward of seeing the sunset in a better view, right? Because that was our reward. If we got to the top, we got to see the sunset. And so she's looking at me like I'm crazy. But I said, could you think about getting up here and just automatically like get up here? And she's 17. She's like, no, like, I'm the dumbest person in the world, And I'm like, okay. So could you want it so bad to be up here? And just by wanting it, could you get up here? And she's like, no. And I said, okay, so what did we have to do to get up here? And she's like, we had to walk. We had to put in the work. We had to get to the top of the hill to see the sunset. And I'm like, yes. And how simple is that? Like, just getting to the top of the hill to get the reward. You have to work for it, right? And I want to speak on this because I'm so guilty of this. I am really good at like writing everything down. I'm really good at doing a vision board. I'm really good at like saying, this is what I'm going to do. These are my plans. But I don't ever actually do anything with that. And I feel like I'm accomplishing something by writing it down when really it's nothing without action to it, right? So I want to say this not to discourage you, but visions aren't enough. Okay. Like, we can have a vision, but that vision is not enough. Okay. It's a great step. It creates a desire. It creates a destination to where we are going, but it doesn't create the pathway of how we're going to get there. Right. All right. So we have our visions, our dreams, our purposes. We talk about it. We tell people about it. We show them our vision boards, all the things. And like I said, all of these things are amazing. I have, pictures on my refrigerator of things that I want to accomplish, and that's amazing. But it's not amazing if I don't do anything to make it happen, right? I can look at it all I want, but it's not going to happen by wanting it or thinking about it. So what I'm trying to say is that planning, seeing the vision, it creates the desire. It doesn't create the path of getting there. Okay. So the only thing that is creating the path is you putting in the work, you having faith in yourself, you being committed. Instead of talking about it, why don't we just start showing people? Instead of saying like, this is, I'm going to be diamond and I'm going to do this and I'm going to pay off my debt. Okay, well, that's all well and good, but what are you going to do to accomplish those things? Okay. So what if we showed people our results instead of just showing them our plans? right? So I thought about this question and I want you to think about it too. And I have it written down because I don't want to mess it up. But what person do you want to be? So do you want to be the person that tells everybody what you're going to do, but you don't actually accomplish anything? Or do you want to be the person that actually accomplishes it and somebody says, how did you do it? All right. So we're getting too comfortable with just thinking about it, planning it, envisioning it. But what we really need to do is get into action. It's time for us to execute. We need to make the commitment. We need to make the decision. And we've talked about it before. This opportunity is anything that you want it to be. Some people start this opportunity and they seem like they're diamond in like 2 days flat. And some people are like myself. I've been at senior gold since November of 2023. And it's not where I want to be. But what I'm saying is that this journey is yours and yours only to be what you want it to be. But you can't say, I want to move to the next rank or I want to earn the leaders retreat if you're not doing anything to make those things happen. And I know this is kind of like in your face and harsh truths. And last year, if Bree said something like this to me, I probably would have cried. But I've been doing like a lot of mindset work this past year. Last year, I had something personal happen in my life. It had nothing to do with Plexus. And for like 6 weeks, I spoke to nobody. I went nowhere. I wouldn't answer messages, things like that. And last week, something happened and I sat in it for like 12 hours. And I was like, okay, like I got to dive into this. What is it that's bothering me? Just really diving into um, feelings and actions. So, like I said, this opportunity can be anything that you want it to be. You have to be willing to look at yourself and be able to say, like, yeah, I think I'm messaging those people, but I'm not. Um, so you really have to dive into that. So basically, wanting this is not taking you to the top of the mountain. The only way that you're going to get to the top of the mountain, or also known as the only way you're going to get to earn leaders retreat, is by climbing the mountain to get there. All right. And it's going to be hard and you're going to struggle and we can't talk our way into it. But you can absolutely do it. And these trips are essentially made for us. Like these trips are made for newer people to earn them. These trips aren't made for the diamonds of the company to go to Cancun. These trips are for us. Okay. And they are so achievable. And Plexus does a really good job of breaking it down. If you do this in August, you'll earn this amount of credits. If you do this in August, you'll earn this. By this, you can earn this. And I'm not going to get into all of those things because they did the video in the Plexus Academy. So, like I said, they really have it broken down, and these trips are for you, for us in this group. They're not like for diamonds. Okay. I mean, diamonds go because obviously, like, they always are putting in the work, but these are trips for us. So the other analogy that I had, and it kind of made me think too, in regards to Plexus, is I thought, like, people buy a gym membership. I've done this before a long time ago. I probably never will again. But anyways, like, if you buy a gym membership and you're like, yes, like I am getting into shape because I bought the membership. Well, is it like buying the membership that actually makes you get into shape, or is it what you do with the membership that actually gets you into shape? So, although we are, writing these things down and we're envisioning them, we're not, the vision of it is not enough. You have to put it into action. All right. So we have to be climbing, we got to be grinding, we have to do this every day. Okay. The only way that we will get what we want is by putting in the work. So, in a nutshell, like, our visions aren't enough, our dreams are not enough, our plans aren't enough. You have to execute them. Okay. Because having a dream alone doesn't get you where you want to be. You have to work your way up the mountain to get there. So I have a challenge for you, and that is this. I want you to, and you don't have to tell me or anybody, I want you to write down one thing that will move the needle in your business to earn you points this month towards the leaders retreat. And I want you to accomplish that goal by August 31st. And then in September, I want you to share that goal and I want you to share how you got there. Okay. Because if you can do that, then you can do more. You can do more goals. And we have until December 31st, right, to earn the trip. However, don't wait, because I literally was the last person to get on the cruise ship for the Bahamas. Like after me, there was a wait list. It was an act of God. I don't know, an act of Brie. I don't, whatever you want to call it. But um, just because you earn it doesn't mean, like, if you earn it by the 31st of December, it doesn't necessarily mean that you get to go. Um, so you don't want to wait on this. You want to get started. You want to get into action. And we have so many resources for you to do that. So that's my little, tidbit on vision casting. And like I said, I'm not going to go into detail much about, this is what you need to do to earn, because they did the video in the Plexus Academy. So if you haven't watched it, go back and watch it. Also, they have a whole entire post and it literally breaks everything down. But I did just want you to just like start putting these things on your vision board so that you can start putting action towards them. So tier 1, that is what you need to earn your trip. Okay, that earns you your trip to Cancun. It is for you and a guest, and it is all inclusive. Transportation, like once you get to Cancun, is included. All the things. All right, so that's the first tier. Tier 2, 2,000 credits. All right, so you're actually going to get these really cool things from people that made them in Cancun. Okay, so I think that's pretty cool. Like that's their livelihood. And so to earn something that is their livelihood, think about what you're giving to them as well, by working towards this, because then they have something to give back to you. Tier 3, sunglasses. I earned Ray-Bans on our Punta Cana trip. Still wear them all the time. This time you can pick Michael Kors, Oakley, or Ray-Bans and a bag. So hello, sunshine, 2,500 credits. All right, fly with me. We all know that flights are so dang expensive. So if you're thinking, oh, like I really want to go, but then, oh, guess what? They're going to offer you $500 towards your flight by earning 3,000 credits. And tier 5, you get a whole extra night in Cancun. So if you earn 3,500 credits, you're getting all of the prizes before this. Okay, so you're getting the $500 cash to fly, all the prizes before this. You're getting there a day early, and you're also getting $1,000 to spend. So I can't think of anything better than all of these things that they're providing for us. So like I said, I know I'm taking up a lot of time. So I'm going to move it to Bree. I know that she has some stuff to say, but like I said, get into action.
So good. I could listen to you, Visioncast, always, always, always. Because here's the deal, y'all. When Jess and I were talking about this earlier, we don't want to go through like, this is how you're going to get 50 credits and this is how you're going to get 100 credits. Because here's the thing, y'all. If you're doing the things that you know to do, if you're sending messages, if you're putting up posts, if you're having conversations with people, you're going to earn this trip. If you're just talking about getting to the top of the mountain, like Jess talked about, you're not going to earn the trip. And the only thing that's different between the people that earn it and the people that don't is that action and that activity. I've been here for 10 years, y'all. I've earned every single trip. And just like Jess said, it is not meant for diamonds because it is your actions on your levels 1 and 2. And most diamonds are not still adding people. They're just not. It's the way that it works. There are a few, but there are some that don't. And so this trip is 1000% designed just like she said. And if that is something already that you're like, oh my gosh, I 1,600 credits must be nice for somebody else. Y'all, I'm sorry. Like I know Jess is still like, I don't want to step on your toes because that's Jess's heart. I'm gonna come at you and I'm just gonna tell you if that is where you're at right now, you're not gonna earn it. But I don't think that you're on this call because you don't want to be there, right? And now hear my heart in this. you're going to always have obstacles, right? You're going to open up a message thread and you're going to be like, yeah, I don't think I can do this. I don't know if I can put this post on. You're going to be 5 credits from earning it and you're going to be like, I don't know if I can get that last person. Those are ebbs and flows of the business. But if you stay in that stuck position, you're not going to be in Mexico. And 6 months from now, when other people are, you're going to wish that you would have done the work now. So 1,600 credits, 3,500 credits, you can. I'm here to tell you, I've seen it happen over and over and over again because people on this team have done it. They've started there. Hear me loud and clear in this. There are people that have not even heard of our products yet that are going to get a message from somebody that wants to earn this trip. And they're going to tell them about it. They're going to start the products and they're going to be one of the very first people to earn it. It happens every single time. Why? Because they aren't in their heads about it. They're going to do it. That really is what it comes down to. So if right now you're like, "Oh boy, but what do I have to do?" I can show you all the things. I can give you all the things. You can go back through, you can map it 3,000 different ways. And I know I can get into that stuff. Y'all know I love numbers. You know I'm a math person. I love cute little writing down things. You don't need any of that. You really don't need any of that. We're going to tell you exactly what you need to be doing for the next 2 weeks. Jess, I saw you unmute. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I started in February of 23 and our my first convention was in Nashville that June. And so I just was adding people like, oh, like you need this and you need this. And the next thing I knew, like I earned every tier for convention. And Bree's like, oh, you earned this. And I'm like, I don't even know what that means. You know what I mean? Like, okay, like I'm so excited. I don't even know what that means. So even if you might not even know it that you're earning, but you literally can easily earn all of those things.
Yeah. Out of your heads, into your heart. Because that's all Jess was doing. She knew people needed it. That's all y'all are doing, right? You know people need it. And if you were in our group chat today, I love that Ken's asked this. And then I think it was Colleen, you followed it like, hey, I needed this. What do I say to this person? Y'all, it does not change, right? Get out of your heads. Jess doesn't know that I had the same conversation with Colleen 5 minutes ago because Jess and Colleen aren't talking. You don't have to have a different message for every single person, in that you're still reaching out and you're still personalizing it. So here's how you're going to get into action, because this contest actually has not started yet. It starts September 1st. But what we have been asking Plexus in the Jewel pages is, we know that everybody knows about the contest, right? And what would happen before is people would wait. Like, I don't want to sign anybody up because I want to wait for the contest to start. And then you would get there and people like didn't want to sign up anymore because now time has gone by. That is exactly what you're seeing on your screen right now. What you need to do, every single one of you, your goal is to sign 3 people and then sign 3 more in the next 13 days. And I'm dead serious about this. There's already double credits. You will be going into the contest with 300 credits. You will literally be almost a fourth of the way there. And then you have 4 months to earn it. But like Jess said, it's first come, first serve for the first 1,250 people. Okay. And people are rocking and rolling. And again, the only difference is they've decided. We are in massive momentum right now. So that's your first thing. Out of your head, into your heart, you're adding 3 people and then you're adding your next 3. Keep breaking it down that way. And then you're going to find 2 people to do this with you, because if you go have the icon, and I'm still pushing for this. I don't have 2 senior silvers. You better bet until 11:59 on 8/31, I'm going to be pushing for it, because it is pushing me outside of my comfort zone to start talking more about the business. You have every chance to do this. And here are 2 things that they're giving us extra to start talking about the business. Ken's asked about this today with the BBBs. I helped 3 people get started on Friday. I got $67 today. Like, I don't know about you, but back to school, grocery stores, I can use getting paid every single day. I don't care how much money you make, like we can always use it, right? In some capacity. And so this right now, it is an incentive to help us talk more about the business. Is this long term? I don't know. Right now it's over September 30th. But this is a way that we can go to every single one of our VIPs and be like, hey, Plexus is amazing. They're doing it again. They just announced this thing where you get to use the link that you already have. If you have somebody start with you, you get paid tomorrow. Can I share more with you about it? Y'all, every single one of your VIPs needs to get that message because somebody's going to be like, yeah, share more. 10 people might not be interested, but one person might. And that's your person that you run with. Because I don't know about y'all, but I am so tired of excuses. Like, I want to gouge my eyes and my ears out every single time I get a voice message with one. And I know that that might sound dramatic, but it's like, y'all, everybody is busy. Everyone. And every time I get an excuse, it's a chance for me to have an objection and help overcome it. That's my job. That's what I'm here for, right? You can either live in excuses or you can have results. You cannot have both. And if you're on this call and you're still here and you're listening to us, you don't want to just sit in your excuses. I know you don't. And you guys have gotten this message from me before. Every single one of you probably. Don't expect me to be that friend that just lets you sit there. If you tell me you want something, I'm gonna push you for it because I want people to do that for me too. Okay. The other thing that we have right now, if somebody starts, they get the next, so they get this month free, and then the next 2 months afterwards are free too, which is a huge talking point because I love in Wendy's team chat all the time. She's like, I do anything for free shipping, and all of us would, right? Okay, I don't know how to get out of this so that I can just see your faces. All right. I have a couple of resources that are going to help y'all. I'm going to drop them in the chat. I'm going to go through this really quickly because I know that it's 9 o'clock. Let me see if I can pull it up. Gmail there. Oh my gosh, it signed me out. Sorry, this will be really, really quick. Okay, I'm going to put this in our team chat. I know Jess and I both just said we don't want to go through the breakdown for you because the way that Jess earns this is going to be different than the way Colleen earns this. It's going to be different than the way Heather earns this. It's going to be different than Kathy. It's going to be different than every single one of you, right? If you are a numbers person and you really want to see the breakdown, I don't blame you. I love mapping this stuff too, but it's going to be different for every single one of you. So go through and look at this a little bit. Like, how much do I get for a new person? Okay, I'm going to get 25 credits. How much do I get when I hit gold this month? Okay, well, if I hit gold, I'm going to get another 200 credits. If I help somebody hit gold, I'm going to get 100 credits. And map that for you and put names to numbers. So I'm going to help Colleen get to gold. When she does, she's going to get 200 credits. I'm going to get 100 credits. What does it look like for you? Spend some time here, y'all. Because as soon as you do that, you're going to start thinking, okay, I need 10 people. Here's my 10 people. To get 10 people, I'm going to have to probably message 50. But spend some time with this. I'm going to go through it. I'm going to put it in the team chat, and then you guys will be able to look at it and kind of dissect it and then schedule a coaching call with your upline. The other thing, y'all, I use the Google or Plexus Help Center like it is Google Gods. I use it all the time for every single thing that I need. I do not know all of the questions in Plexus. Use that, right? If you have a question about something, go on there so that you don't have to wait for somebody. Don't feel like you have to know every single answer for all of your people. It's all there for us. It really, every single thing is laid out. If you need an ingredient, do it. Like, type it in, it's there for you. It'll pull up every single thing. Not because we don't want questions in the team chat. Hear me loud and clear in that. But because I want you to know where to find them and to be empowered by them so that you don't always have to rely on somebody else in the heat of the moment if you have a question on something. Last thing before we hop off. I know it's 5 after 9. Before you go to bed tonight, I want you to rank yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, how much you believe that you can be at Leaders Retreat. And I want you to be honest with yourself. How much do you believe that you don't have to drop this in the chats right now? How much do you believe that you can be at Leaders Retreat? And I want you to send it to your upline Or if your upline is not active, I want you to send it to me because it starts there. If you see that sunset from afar that Jess posted and you don't believe that you can walk to the top of the hill, you're never going to try, right? You're never going to attempt it. You can hop on every single Zoom call for the next 6 months. You can watch every single video. You can watch every single diamond documentary. But if you don't actually take the action steps to do this, you will never get there. And it's exactly what Jess talked about, right? We don't want one more person hyping it up and saying, I'm going to earn leaders retreat. Because I don't want you to be in the same cycle for the next 6 months, saying, oh, I'm going to add 3 people. I'm going to go gold. I'm going to go to Mexico. And then not actually be on the retreat because you actually haven't done the work. It's work. It is. But the beautiful part of this is every single one of us has 1,000 things going on in our days. You can take 15 minutes to send somebody a message. I know because I was working 3 jobs when I started this, and I had 3 kids under 5. I get it. We all get it. But when your why and your will are stronger than your excuses, that's what's going to get you in Mexico. Okay. So scale from 1 to 10. Make sure that you do what Jess prompted you with to take some time before you go to bed tonight. I don't want this to be just another hype call where you get off and you're like, I can't wait to go. And then tomorrow morning, your kid's crying, the dishwasher breaks, you have to go to work, you've got all the things, right? And then you're like, oh, but maybe next Monday I'll get motivated again. You're not going to stay motivated every single day. You have to learn to stay disciplined if you're going to earn this. All
Great.
right.
Can I
Yes.
say quick? I know it's not
Yes.
7, but I was just on Facebook, and the first post that came up was either Plexus Academy or the One Plexus page. And they posted that there's already like 12 people that have earned so many credits for Leaders Retreat. And it says like their rank, and there's 3 of them that are senior silver. Like anyone can do this.
Yes,
Anyone.
thank you for that. There's actually one baker. I'm so glad that you said that. There's one on there, if you look, that just says the ambassador. Like they
So she
have only
just started.
just upgraded and are not even a rank yet. And because they're identifying the people, if you've added 6 people, it's already 300 credits. And that's what they're shouting out. So I cannot stress enough, like get into action and stay in action. Some of y'all are like this because you get really, really motivated. You send out 30 messages and then you don't do anything for 3 weeks. And then you don't understand why people aren't joining us, right? I would 1000% rather see you send 10 quality messages every day than 100 messages and then do nothing. Consistency trumps motivation every day, all week. Okay. So decide and then map it. Like, what time am I going to work every single day? When am I going to do a check in with my upline? What things do I have to drop and what excuses do I have to lay down? That's the only way that you're going to get there, y'all. All right. I love you guys. Happy Monday. I'll get the recording up. Let's go. Thank you, Jess. Thank you, Colleen. Thank you, Baker.